Okay, y'all, I'm back. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I am back. Facebook was trying it, and I'm actually paying for the updated service, so I need all of my things. But today we are here to talk about the cast reveal for season 3 of Chasing LA. I it, I was on YouTube. I went live earlier. I talked about Chasing Atlanta season 7 part 1 reunion. We did a fashion review, and then we jumped straight to the highlights from part 1. I will be, if you did not catch that video, make sure you go to my YouTube page. It's housed on my YouTube page, so you can catch the previous video and comment and interact and do all of those things. I will be back next week to do a review of the part 2 of the reunion, which I think is going to be a lot more tease. It's going to be a lot more spicier. But right now, this is about Chasing LA. I'm so happy that the show is back. I got to look at the cast reveal when it came out like a couple weeks ago. So everything looks great, but we're going to watch it all together. I'm a big, well, let me say this. I enjoyed Chasing LA season 1. Season 1 was a hot mess. We're not even going to sit here in front, but visually it looked great. There were a lot of personalities. It was where we met Hershey LaCour Jate, and it was just a good time. It was a lot of things going on, and then we went into Chasing LA season 2, which I started off watching the show, but I kind of fell off because I just felt like it was all over the place. And it didn't bring me in. The reunion was good. It was a good reunion for season 2, but it's overall Chasing LA season 2. It was just all over the place. So when the series, we didn't know if it was coming back or not as the viewers, but I thought it was like just completely canceled because Chasing LA was helmed by Q. So when it went away, I wasn't necessarily sad, but because we had other franchises. But I am happy that it is coming back, and it looks like a facelift. And his name is escaping me right now, but he's a cast member on seasons 1 and 2, and now it looks like he's going to be a cast member / executive producer. His name will come up, but chocolate skin, fashion designer, costume designer, all of that. But I am excited to see the show. I'm really excited to see the show come back and do its thing. So let's get to it. Let me go to YouTube. Also, shout out to the Chasing Reality family. Ooh, TTB is live. I'm gonna have to, when I'm finished with this, I'm gonna have to hop on over there and see what they are talking about. Okay. So let's share screen. Hey, Marnina. How are you doing? Okay, can y'all see on YouTube? Let me make myself smaller. Okay. Now let me see. Can I make this full screen? How does this look? Yes. Okay.
Are we rolling?
Why you always show up when it's over?
Chasing LA season 3.
If you were watching on TikTok,
Take one.
From locally underestimated to internationally celebrated, I am Hershey LaCour Jate.
Okay, so it looks like Hershey LaCour Jate is back on the scene. Looking great, glow up. Hershey LaCour Jate is a OG. Has been on there since season 1. We'll get back to Hershey. Also, Hershey was just announced on the new season of All Stars season 11. So work Hershey. Hershey looks fat. Hey,
3 years old, still 2 laps ahead. At this point, all roads lead Treyway.
So I love Trey Howard. I'm so happy to see Trey Howard again, and we're going to talk about Trey Howard some more. But I'm really happy to see Trey Howard. I really 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 love Trey Howard. Let's go on to the next. If you're watching me on TikTok, go to my YouTube so you can actually see the videos and see the images and things, because you won't be able to see it on a TikTok.
In a city full of clout chasers, I don't beg for attention. I command you.
Okay, Ron.
Season change, but there's still only one official king.
Okay, King Payne. Word. Okay.
Chasing LA and keeping it alive, it's Javante Rose. You know the vibe.
Okay, Javante, I'm getting Latin teas. I like.
You can't wear a crown when you haven't built a kingdom.
I may not always be in the room, but I'm always the topic of conversation.
Okay.
I didn't come to fit in. I came
Okay, Loso. Word.
to stand out.
Don't let the silent charm fool you, honey. If I'm serving
Okay, they
tea,
got one
it's anything
over
but
here.
sweet.
It's impossible to check me because the only checks I care about are the ones I cash.
Okay, they got thick fish in here. I live.
It's a new day in LA, but I'm still the one
Okay, Andre.
calling the shot.
Okay. So that was the cast reveal. So let's go back so I can give my commentary one by one. So let me see. Let me get a good still.
I am Hershey.
Okay. So let's start with Miss Hershey. Like I said, Hershey is a OG. Hershey was the fan favorite of season 1 of Chasing LA. And a season full of chaos and mess. Hershey was the person that kept you coming back for more. Hershey, I don't know if they revealed it on season 1. She talked about so Hershey is a black gay man originally from St. Louis, moved to the LA area, is a working drag queen. On season 1, Hershey talked about her HIV positive status. That was a good look. Hershey was often the voice of reason during season 1. And like Hershey, you just wanted to see Hershey in the mix because Hershey was just the level-headed person of the group. In season 2, from what I remember, Hershey was still kind of served that purpose, but it was conflict between Hershey and King Payne. Also, it was conflict between Hershey, and they had some white child that was on there during the second season. Why she was on there, I don't know. She was a hot mess. Excuse me. The Red Bull got me burping. Excuse me. But the child was a hot mess, and there was some conflict between them. And I just remember when I watched the reunion for season 2 of Chasing LA, Hershey was over it. And you could tell her she did not want to be there. But I'm happy to see Hershey back on the scene. Also, because Hershey in the break between season 2 and season 3, of course, Hershey went on to be a cast member on season 16 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Unfortunately, Hershey was not successful. Hershey was the pork chop of the season, which means that Hershey was the first eliminated. But Hershey still made a great impression. And like I said earlier, Hershey is going to be back on the newest season of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, which premieres on the 8th. But she may not. Her episode, how they do the brackets thing now. And if they did it how they did it last year, the purple bracket went last, so we might not even see Hershey's episodes until June. But Hershey is still part of the cast. Looks good, has glowed up. The makeup is glowed up, and Hershey looks great. I wonder if they're going to make Hershey play the anchor role because of so many new cast members. This is a little different because they do have some more OGs coming back, so it won't just be Hershey. But it looks like since they started with Hershey, I'm assuming that Hershey is going to be the main person just kind of in the mix, just corralling the girls, getting the girls together. And also people are just want to know who Hershey is and what Hershey means to this particular franchise. So work Hershey, bitch. I love Hershey.
I took 3 years off, still 2 laps ahead. At this point, all roads lead.
So this is my baby. I love Trey Howard so much. In my personal opinion, I feel like Trey Howard is the best dressed cast member across all chasing reality franchises. It's just impeccable, but it makes sense because Trey Howard is a stylist by trade. But I like Trey Howard. Also, Trey Howard is just a great cast member. Trey Howard is not afraid to be in confrontation. Trey Howard is not afraid to produce. Also, Trey Howard is not afraid to give. So just a little bit of history about Trey Howard. Trey Howard is originally from the Chasing Dallas franchise. We first see Trey Howard in a friend of role in the season 2 of Chasing Dallas, which was a very big and important season for Chasing Dallas because that season on Dallas served as a reboot for that particular franchise. And Trey, although Trey wasn't a full-time cast member, Trey was involved in a lot of storylines ahead of a lot of big storylines, namely Trey's feud with Reese G and his feud with I can't remember his name, but he was like the really thick butch queen that did tattoos. They kind of had a feud. And Trey just had a very impactful season. Also had a great reunion performance during that season 2 reunion of Chasing Dallas. And then Trey was bumped up to a full-time cast member for Chasing Dallas season 3. And what I think was his pinnacle, his best season, that season 4 of Chasing Dallas, once Markel took over the production. Like sometimes I go back to and just watch that reunion because Trey Howard really, whether you love Trey Howard or you didn't like Trey Howard was really in charge of the girls for that season 4 reunion, and Trey Howard looked phenomenal. So yeah, I love that. I love that Trey Howard is back. Now, Trey Howard announced during that season 4 of Chasing Dallas reunion, or at the end, that he was relocating from Dallas to LA to pursue his styling goals. And people and fans always wondered that if and when Chasing LA was rebooted, would Trey Howard be a part of the mix? And Trey Howard has been doing stuff in the styling industry in the Hollywood LA area. So it just makes me, again, like I was saying earlier, or I was saying in my review when I was reviewing Chasing Atlanta, Trey Howard is just one of those people that when you think about the type of people that you want for the Chasing franchise, Trey Howard checks the boxes. All of the boxes. Trey Howard is chasing something. They have a career that we can show. They're willing to show he's willing to show his personal life, because I believe he showed his interaction with his family back in Fort Worth and his interaction with his father, who was absentee and wasn't there. So Trey has really given a lot to the Chasing franchise. I am curious to see what Trey's life looks like now. I want to say that his long-term boyfriend that he was with, that moved with him out there, I want to say that they're not together. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to see that. And also I want to see how Trey just melts with this new group of girls in this new region. But I like Trey. Also, Trey Howard had a spinoff that I believe that spinoff kind of led into the season 4 of Chasing Dallas. It was called Styles by Howard. Really good spinoff. Really got to learn more about Trey and also see how Trey runs his business. So that was a very good spinoff for Trey. But Yeah, I really, 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 really love watching Trey. Also, Trey is very interactive in the live chats and everything. So I live for Trey, and I'm happy to see that Trey is in the mix. Let's go to our next person.
In a city full of clout chasers, I don't beg for attention. I command it.
Okay, Rom Laurel. So this will be their debut season. So we have a new cast member. I don't know anything about Rom. I don't know what Rom does. Very attractive, very cute, a little thick on the thick side. I'm curious. I don't have much to say about Rom, but I'm looking forward. I'm here to be entertained. So yeah, let me know. Show me. I'm curious to learn more about Rom, but I don't have much to say right now. He's a very cute, very handsome looking man, and yeah, I like what I see so far. Also, if you're joining on the TikTok, please tap the live, tap the live, show me love.
Season change, but there's still only.
Okay, here we go. Another OG. So King Payne is also from season 1. King Payne is a hairstylist. King Payne also sells hair products. King Payne used to have commercials that would play in the between like on the commercial breaks for the show. King Payne is a kiki. King Payne is a kiki. King Payne is drama. King Payne is ready to fight. So I definitely am. I'm not shocked that King Payne is back, but it's going to be familiar and comfortable to see King Payne back. King Payne is for the drama. I know that at the end of season 2, there was some friction between King Payne and Hershey. I don't know if they solved it. So I would like to see what that relationship looks like and how that resolves. I know that King Payne during the long break, King Payne was also like on the YouTube space, just trying to grow his YouTube platform and his YouTube following, and was podcasting. So I'm curious to see if what happened with that. Is that still happening, or did King Payne put that to the back burner? And I'm just also curious to see what else King Payne is up to. I know King Payne did another reality show on Reese G's network, Revoice, called The Retreat, and I did get to watch that. That was a very nice show program, and we got to learn more about the serious side of King Payne, just like his triggers, just his experiences that shape who the person that he is now. So that was very good, but I'm pretty sure King Payne is going to be in the middle of some fights and some controversies, but I would like to see, going into season 3, I would like to see different sides to King Payne. I know that they're there, but I would like to see different sides of King Payne. I'm laughing because a couple of months ago, I rewatched the Chasing LA season 1 reunion. It was a really, really good reunion. Although I did wish that Amani could have hosted the reunion, but the past is the past, and we got what we got. But there was a moment where King Payne wasn't like on the main set of couches. King Payne was off camera, but there was another cast member. I can't remember his name, but I didn't particularly like him during that season. And he was just like talking and really not telling the truth. And then somebody had got him together, and then King Payne was off camera on the sofa, and King Payne was like, period, 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 just sparking it and just making the situation drag on. And that was such a key to me. But that's just a snapshot of how King Payne is, how King Payne just doesn't care. And I hope that we get more of that energy in mixture with I wanna know more about King Payne's personal life. Who is King Payne dating? Who, because King Payne gives me he pulls the mega trade, especially over there in California. So I need to see who King Payne's piece is. But I enjoy him on the show. And also King Payne had beef when he was doing his podcasting thing, had beef with Jaguar Wright. So I wonder if we want to get a conversation about that. But no, happy to see King Payne back, another one of the OGs. Let's go to the next person.
One official King Payne.
Chasing LA and keeping it live, it's Javante Rose. You know the vibe.
Okay, Javante. Your little what's this? A cheetah print tattoo? I don't know who Javante Rose is, so I'm definitely eager to see what Javante's chase is, what he's bringing to the situation. I'm definitely getting a Latin, maybe an Afro Latin tee. Something in my spirit is giving me like it's Caribbean like Latin. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to seeing like what exactly Javante is about, what Javante Rose does. But I don't know anything as of now, but he's a very handsome looking man. And yeah, I'm brought in. I'm intrigued. So let's do this. Let's move on to the next person.
You can't wear a crown when you have.
Okay. So Fly King I, another OG. Fly King I has been a cast member since season 1. Fly King I is a battle. First of all, I like how cunt Fly King I's voice is. I just like how cunt his voice is, and I like Fly King I. And Fly King I is also someone who, for the most part, is usually the voice of reason, or usually the more level-headed one that is, just trying to get to the bottom of stuff, and it's not really messy. Fly King I also has a like a body butter business, or like a body like cream and moisturizer business, which he's shown on the show in previous seasons, and which he's promoted on the show. And from what I've heard, that the line has been very successful. He's been able to make a lot of money from that. Now, Fly King's Eyes fashions have been questionable. It's been a little bit country, but a lot of things could have happened between season 2 and season 3, so I'm eager to see if there is like a personal style elevation. But overall, I like Fly King I. I know Fly King I and Andre, they're kind of like a duo. They do music. They have done music together. They also had a spinoff show on the Chasing Reality brand. I didn't get to watch it, but it was like, I think it was like The Sweet Life of Andre and Fly King I. So they had a spinoff show, and I would like to see more. So Fly King I, from what I know, is the only person on the cast from, I think, all of the seasons who would, well, no, not the only person, because other people come into my head, but he's the only one from this cast that is an actual LA native. So yeah, I want to see more about Fly King I's life. I want to see his family. I know Fly King I has a man, and I know Fly King I pulls straight, because Fly King I has some fab looking models that be modeling his stuff, and I just get the vibe from Fly King I that Fly King I is the type of person that could pull like the blood or the Crip trade, especially with him being an LA native. And yeah, I just want to see more of Fly King I's personal life on the season, and also just to see what type of role he takes with the group. I could see him in like Hershey possibly coming together and being in charge of the little girls, or just bringing stuff back on track. But I'm happy to see Fly King I back. I definitely do enjoy his presence on this particular franchise. And yeah, let's go on to the next person.
That built a kingdom.
I may not always be in the room, but I'm always the topic of conversation.
Okay, so I don't know. Okay, so David, I don't know everything about David. David is a little fuzzy to me. However, I know that there's some tea or some drama with David. Possibly some fraudulent stuff. I can't remember right now, but I have seen his face in some shenanigans. He's been a part of some stuff that may be documented. Um Also, I remember when they were doing those auditions for Bad Boy Texas, he got his ass stomped out on them auditions. So I remember him being on that. What I am suspecting is David may be the villain of the season. Just from the just from the little bit that I am aware of David may be the villain of the season, or David may be the shit starter of the season, or David may get aired out the season. I don't know, but I just know that there is always controversy around him and around his name, and he may be in Atlanta. I feel like he did some years in Atlanta, so it might be some Atlanta shenanigans in here, but I am somewhat familiar with David, and I suspect that it's probably if there is drama in the season, David is probably going to be a part of this drama. I'm open to getting to know more about David. Like, what does David chase? What does David do? Something is also coming to my mind. I feel like David is currently going through something right now where he is alleging that he had relations with a celebrity or something. I can't know, but something is bubbling up in my mind. But nevertheless, I think David is going to be drama, which is great for this show. It's a reality show, it's an ensemble show. That's what is needed. So I'm hoping that David delivers on that, but I'm also getting to know who David is, what David does, what the hell David is doing in LA. So I guess we'll see. Let's move on to the next person.
I didn't come to fit in. I came to stand out.
Okay, so I know exactly who Loso is. First off, Loso looks cute. Okay, work Loso. So I know Loso. Loso has been on a couple of reality TV shows. Loso, where I first remember Loso, and I can't recall if he was going by the name Loso on the show, but he was a cast member on one of the seasons of The Circle NYC, which is your boy Nunu's show. And he was on the season, and he had a feud with Melly B, and it was a key fucking cackle. I never forget. Him and Melly B were going back and forth because on the Circle NYC, there was supposed to be a group trip where they went from New York to Philadelphia, and the girls was reading because they were like, Philadelphia does not constitute a group cash trip for a reality show, but the girls are recording shows for free, so you get what you get. But on that show, they also had like a group project where they were supposed to be working on like a HIV PSA. And like, because it's a group project, natural drama is going to ensue. And so Melly B was no. I'm mixing scenes up, but when they were having a production meeting for the PSA, they got into it, and then Melly B was kind of the villain of that season, and Melly and Loso were going back and forth. And damn, it wasn't even Loso that said it. It was Melly B throwing it to Loso. Loso was like, Melly baby, I'm getting tired of your shit. And Melly told Loso, well then take a nap. Take a nap. So that's what I remember about Loso, his feud with Melly B. And then I believe that Loso does like makeup. I think Loso is a celebrity makeup artist originally from New York. And I believe that Loso showed up on It had to be a Zeus Network show. I want to say Loso was on a season of Jocelyn's Cabaret. I think Loso may have done Jocelyn's makeup. It's either Jocelyn's or Baddies, but I remember seeing him on one of those shows because I was saying I recognize him, I remember him, and so it's interesting to see Loso on here. Great casting choice. Nice to see that he's in LA doing his thing. Great casting choice. Loso, again, somebody that checks the box. And I don't know if there's been there was a celebrity well, not a celebrity, but there was a makeup artist on the first season of Chasing Dallas, Tony Price. So they have had people that do professional makeup, and then and the face that cracks all faces, they were on Chasing Dallas, but I don't know. I don't think we've seen one on Chasing LA. So checks the boxes, has a chase. Also is a firecracker, is not afraid to be confrontational with the girls, not afraid to get into it with the girls, not afraid to has that East Coast New York directness. So I like Loso. I'm curious to see how Loso interacts with the girls and mixes into the group. I'm also curious to learn about Loso's private life. Does Loso have a partners, kids? You know what's going on. So I'm here for the shit. So work, Loso.
Don't let the silent charm fool you, honey. If I'm serving tea, it's anything.
Okay, she looks cute. She looks cute. So it looks like we got Whitefish in the mix. So this is Pretty Boy Rock. And I'm assuming she's from somewhere in the South. So Chasing LA has tried, let's integrating the Whitefish into the mix previously. It did not work out for the best. But if you don't succeed, try again. This child is a little bit more easier on the eyes. I don't know anything about who Pretty Boy Rock is. So I'm eager to learn about their chase. I'm eager to learn about who they are, how they are going to mix into this group, how they're going to be received. Hopefully this is not their first time around Black people or people of color, and I'm going in optimistic, but cautiously optimistic. But physically, this is a very cute looking white boy. Like nice skin, nice teeth, waistline is snatched. Cute. I'm getting my life, and I'm going in optimistic. But yeah, I'm curious to see what connections they already have. Is somebody going to bring them in? So we'll definitely see what happens. So work, Pretty Boy, Rock.
But sweet.
It's impossible to check me because the only checks I care about are the ones I cash.
Okay. I like that tagline. Also, I know they all are doing this, but Chasing LA, Chasing LA has been notorious for trying to do what the Real Housewives do with having like taglines in the intro for the show. Please don't include this in the actual intro for the show, because those taglines for season 2 of Chasing LA, it was too much. It was too much. And a lot of them just were not impactful. And then it took away from the music, because if y'all are using the same intro song for Chasing LA, which I really like, let's just have the music and have the pictures. But yeah, let's not do the taglines. But his tagline serves. So I really like Darian's tagline. I don't know who Darian is. This is my first time seeing him. I like they have, thick representation again. I'm curious. I'm eager. I'm getting the impression that Darian is not here for the bullshit and is, going to call the bullshit out. I'm here for it. I like what I see, and I want to see more. Work, Darian. Let's go on to the next person.
It's a new day in LA, but I'm still the one calling the shot.
Okay, so it looks like we are to the last person. So this is Andre. Ooh. This is Andre, another OG. So Andre originated in season 1. Andre had a very rough first season. Not because Andre does not have a chase, because Andre definitely does. Andre is a costume designer for like productions in LA, from televisions, movies, photo shoots. Andre definitely has, a list of clientele, a list of jobs. So definitely Andre has a resume. Andre's problem that first season was his transphobia. We just gotta call a thing a thing. There were 2 trans women cast members on that first season, Miss Alicia Love and Miss Jayla Jalone. And Andre showed his ass. And that was not a good season for Andre. I was very vocal because Andre was showing his ass, and but Andre came back for season 2. Andre pulled it together, and Andre did have some moments in season 2, but it was nowhere as off the rails as it was in season 1. Thank the Lord. So then, when the production went into it, when it was effectively was suspended, when production resumed, it was announced that Andre was going to come back as executive producer. Now, I didn't know if Andre was actually going to be EP and star in it, or was Andre just going to be EP and be off camera. I'm excited to see Andre back. Andre definitely has the potential to be in charge of the girls. I'm just curious to see how this goes, because we have an example on Chasing Reality of when somebody does the EP / talent role, and I think it can be successful. But I think you have to have a team around you to kind of step in the gap and do the things and move to production along when you are having conflict with cast members. And I think that's kind of what took Reese down on Chasing Dallas, because by the time season 3 wrapped up, he was just in so much conflict that I don't think he was able to separate the conflict from the things that he had to do as a ED, and it just led to a whole bunch of foolishness. So I'm going to be curious, one, to see what role Andre is going to have. Is Andre going to be, sit back and be neutral or be mother hen, or is Andre going to be in the mix? And if Andre is going to be in the mix, it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to affect the production, especially if there's conflict, because Andre was able to clean up his image on the show, but I just believe that that pop-off thing is always in you. But overall, I'm happy to see Andre back. Andre is definitely connected in LA. Andre is, knows the people. Know who Andre is, well known and is well respected in the industry. I'm happy to see Andre back. I didn't get to watch the spinoff show with Black King I and Andre, so I don't know if other personal aspects of Andre's life were explored. I know Andre is originally from, I want to say, Tennessee. Andre's mother is deceased. She's passed. So I know Andre has spoken about that. I want to see more of Andre's personal life. I believe Andre is dating or has a partner. I would like to see that. I would like to see Andre's family. We know Andre is that girl professionally, and there's going to be a chase. There is no doubt about that. But I want to see a more well-rounded version of Andre, especially if we want to get a whole bunch of drama or conflict, if that's the role that Andre is going to play on cast. I just want to see other sides of Andre. But I'm happy to see Andre back as a cast member, and I'm happy to see Andre stepping up and just helming this production together, because I believe that Chasing LA really has all of the natural ingredients to be its own juggernaut as far as a franchise for the Chasing Reality brand. You have a lot of iconic people. You have a lot of catchphrases, moments, and storylines. And I definitely think that this can be turned around, and just based from this introduction and how you're presenting, how this is being presented to everybody. This is great. This is flawless. So I'm happy to see you back. I'm happy to see that this production is back, and I'm excited. I'm excited. It says that it is premiering this Sunday. I'm happy about that. I mean, not the Sunday, the summer. And I'm just happy. I'm just happy to see that it's back. I'm happy to see the personalities. Now, some people that I wanted to come back, that I'm surprised they're not in the mix. I'm happy. I want Jeremy to come back only because I just felt like Jeremy never got his just due on both of the seasons of Chasing LA. And I think that was just largely because of whatever was or was not going on between him and Q. But I just never felt like Jeremy got his just due. And I hope that even if Jeremy is not a full-time cast member, Jeremy can pop in even if he's just teaching a dance class or something like that, because I really like Jeremy's energy, and I just really feel that Jeremy didn't get a fair shot. Miss, what is her name? Is another cast member who was introduced on season 2, not Alicia, not Jayla. Her name is escaping me right now, but she has her hair salon. She does hair. She's a coins diva. She was on the spinoff, Oliver Twist spinoff, the vacation spinoff. And then I remember she made a guest appearance on Chasing Dallas. Her name is gonna come to me as soon as I get off of here. I know people wanted her back. And it would have been nice for her to come back, but I don't know. She was one of the reasons I like her. I live for her. She is real down. She's real out. But I didn't like her personality on the ensemble cast. Not on this type of show. Like, I would like to see her like on something by herself, but her energy, it gave like I am better than the rest of the girls, and I'm just combative just to be combative. And I just didn't like that for the mixture of an ensemble show. But she's, like I said, she's a very attractive woman, very real, very successful. But she's not somebody that I necessarily wanted to see back. But I did want to see Jeremy come back and do his thing. But again, I am excited. I'm ready to see Chasing LA season 3. If I could pay to see it right now, I would. But shout out to Chasing Reality Family and the production team over there at Chasing LA. Let me see. Oh, we got some comments. Hey, Michaela. So it looks like Michaela said Chasing LA is the best one. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Chasing LA had a very chaotic and explosive first season. Also, they had a season that is very rewatchable. It's certain seasons of the shows that I go back to rewatch. And those seasons are Chasing LA season 1, Chasing Dallas season 3 and season 4, and Chasing Atlanta season 2, season 3, and I want to say season 5, and then a couple of episodes from season 4, but as a whole, season 5 serves season 4, in my opinion. Yeah, but and then Chasing Orlando. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even get through season 2 of Chasing Orlando. It was not balanced, and I wanted to like Marlo, but I couldn't get into I couldn't get into her personality. Chasing Orlando season 1 was serviceable, but as far as a rewatch value, I don't know. I would be open to them doing a Chasing Orlando season 3, but I think they should do that with all Femme Queens, in my personal opinion. I think they should do it with all Femme Queens. All Femme Queens and one Butch Queen. But I think they should do that with all Femme Queens. But that is all that I got. Make sure y'all go and support Chasing Reality. If y'all don't know what the hell I was talking about, make sure y'all go to Chasing Reality and get into their catalog of shows, because right now it's a catalog, it's a library. I'm about to get off of here. I've already eaten dinner already, so I'm about to see what type of shows I can get into, maybe do a little workout. But I have enjoyed y'all today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not coming back up here tomorrow because I'm gonna be out tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna be out. I'm gonna be out all weekend, bitch. I'm gonna be outside. It's no shade, and the temperature is going down. It's supposed to rain in Houston. I don't give a fuck. I may come back on here on Monday because I have some topic specific things that I want to talk about, but I'm not making no promises. But in the meantime, I will be posting TikToks and stuff. So make sure y'all following me on TikTok or all of my social medias, because I'll post some short things on there. But I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you all so much for your support. And you have just tuned into another episode of AeonEsq Live. Bye.